Every now and then, one wishes for clear things to be said about Delphi and its famous oracle. Tradition presents one oddity after another. To picture the sanctuary, imagine something like an above-ground cemetery, its steep hills packed with marble chapels surrounding the magnificent Temple of Apollo. A wall ran round it. The streets were windy. The majority of the buildings were treasure houses holding huge amounts of treasure, for Delphi's job was not just to ratify the war efforts of the Greeks, but to fund them. It was like the Vatican and Credit Suisse rolled into one. Where Homer mentions Delphi, it is first as a reservoir of wealth on par with Egypt's, and then as a seat of prophecy. Greeks and foreigners loaded the treasure houses with bronze and silver basted with bright gold. The temple administrators went through tripods like crazy, and those things cost a fortune. They also melted lots of metal into talents and loaned it out on credit, funding the conversion of Greece's forests into ships and mighty ore blades. The temple priestess was called a Pythia, after the site where Apollo slew a giant python. This myth of Delphi's origin is sometimes felt to reflect the prehistoric takeover of what had been the site of an Earth Mother cult by pushy immigrants on horses. The Pythia sat on a tripod and said something. What was it? That was for temple administrators to decide. There were no vapors or ecstasy-inducing plants. In all likelihood, divination by lottery was practiced way more than it is attested. The oracle was frequently bribed. When Persia invaded Greece, it advised surrender. In the 4 sacred wars fought over Delphi's control, the oracle took no side. When Macedonia put an end to Greek political autonomy, it was with the Pythia's express approval. Nor did this end the Greeks' observance of Apollo's oracle. Year after year they raced chariots at each other and wrestled, and lived by answers given out at random to life's eternal questions. Shall I be victorious? Shall I marry? Is it to my advantage to set sail, to farm, to go abroad? As a model of poetic inspiration, Delphi is inimical. Its legacy is a controlling priesthood, athletic competition, and mystification of capital on a colossal scale. Individual prophecies are remembered as heaven's justification of the victor, or not at all. The more poetic they are, the less authentic. Where the feminine principle takes the form of a hated snake full of Apollo's arrows, I say to the traveler, go to Delphi under Parnassus's snowy hood. Bring a child-sized camera with a giant memory card and a windbreaker. The mountain air is thick with ancient disappointment. To the poet I say, go to the real Delphi and learn its ways and make many sacrifices. Together, let us topple its lofty stones.